Welcome to the action. Jayson Tatum has dropped some brutally honest words about his absence in the Game 7 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. We dive into the tough reality of his Achilles injury comeback and what it meant for the Boston Celtics playoff run. Find out the full story of Tatum's candid reflections right now.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, Jaylen Brown made a surprising admission during a live stream after the Game 7 loss. Brown called out Joel Embiid for flopping and spoke about the officiating, revealing a deep perspective on the team and the league that you won't want to miss. We also look at the team's performance, with Sam Hauser sharing his take on whether the Celtics would have defeated the Sixers if they had made more shots. This analysis breaks down the crucial moments and the missed opportunities that define the series. Finally, we examine the fallout from Jaylen Brown's comments and the broader team situation. We discuss the backlash he faced and what the Celtics need to address moving forward. Stay with us for the rest of the news and don't forget to subscribe. Boston Celtics star Jayson Tatum provided a candid reflection on his absence during Game 7 of the playoff loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, detailing the emotional toll of a knee injury that sidelined him despite a recent recovery from an Achilles tear. Speaking to ESPN, Tatum expressed disappointment regarding the timing of the setback, stating, "My recovery and comeback from the Achilles injury were going so well that how it ended, I didn't think it was going to end that way. It was just unfortunate." He emphasized the immense effort invested in his return, noting, "I worked really hard to come back in the fashion that I did and play at the level I was playing at. So for it to end the way it did was a tough pill to swallow." Tatum acknowledged the difficulty of being unable to play in a Game 7, concluding that long-term health necessitated prioritizing his well-being over a single game. He explained that after a major leg injury, the risk of further injury to the other leg was higher, leading the team to make a strategic decision. Despite the outcome, Tatum remained positive about his overall season, expressing happiness about overcoming the Achilles injury and returning to the team to compete for a championship. "I'm very happy that I came back to be a part of his team, to get back to doing what I love, to help us, give us a chance to compete for a championship, to prove to myself that I can get back to being the guy who I was, and hopefully better," he stated. While the early playoff exit was not the desired conclusion, the situation offers Tatum an extended off-season to focus on rest and healing before the start of the next NBA season. Jaylen Brown made a surprising and candid admission regarding officiating after the Boston Celtics suffered a Game 7 loss to the 76ers, 109-100, ending their playoff hopes. Following the defeat, Brown engaged in a live stream on Twitch where he dissected the game and voiced strong criticisms about the referees, suggesting they had an agenda against him. During the post-game press conference, Brown criticized Joel Embiid for flopping, stating that Embiid received extra calls that were rewarded by the league. However, the most notable segment of the stream involved Brown reflecting on his season. He stated, "I'm so proud, and it was my favorite year of my basketball career," despite the team's disappointing end to the series. This season presented significant challenges for the Celtics, particularly due to Jayson Tatum's absence with an Achilles injury. Despite this, the team remained competitive in the East. Brown expressed deep appreciation for the community interaction during the stream, calling it therapeutic and valuable for hearing perspectives amidst the uncertainty. Brown also challenged specific officiating calls in Game 7, pointing to instances where he felt decisions were made incorrectly, including a specific instance involving Paul George not receiving a foul call on a push-off move. Brown asserted that if he performed a certain move, he would be called for a foul, implying a pattern of biased officiating. He explicitly suggested that the referees had an agenda, noting that specific referees were repeatedly involved in questionable calls across the series. In a moment of tactical discussion, Brown analyzed the game-winning possession, stating he believed passing to Peyton Pritchard was the correct decision over a potential shot attempt by Neemias Queta, emphasizing his confidence in that play. While his commentary on specific plays was engaging, his outspoken criticism of the officiating immediately following the playoff exit has drawn significant attention and is expected to prompt a response from the league. A controversial take has emerged regarding the recent Celtics vs. Sixers series, suggesting that a higher shooting percentage for the Boston team would have altered the outcome. NBC Sports Boston shared a post expressing the opinion that if the Celtics had converted more of their missed shots, they would have won Game 7. The commentary noted that the Celtics generated several high-quality opportunities in the games they did not lose, though some of these shots ultimately fell short. The report specifically highlighted a stretch where the Celtics missed 7 consecutive shots in the fourth quarter on Saturday night, leading to a perceived struggle. While acknowledging some good looks, such as Peyton Pritchard's open shot, the analysis characterized others as poor attempts. The assessment contrasted this with the Sixers' performance, crediting them for correcting their perimeter defense in Game 5 and maintaining composure at the arc, while criticizing the Celtics for settling for low-quality shots and failing to press the Sixers. The report pointed out that Boston stopped driving and moving the ball, allowing the Sixers to control the tempo. A key moment cited was Tyrese Maxey's aggressive play against Neemias Queta, which coincided with the Celtics accumulating 5 fouls. The overall snapshot presented was one of contrasting basketball styles, emphasizing that the Sixers played more conventional basketball in the series. The Boston Celtics' promising season ended abruptly in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs after falling to the Philadelphia 76ers in a 3-game series. The defeat was compounded by controversy surrounding Celtics star Jaylen Brown following his comments on a Twitch stream after the loss. Brown, who had arguably had his best NBA season, made remarks criticizing Joel Embiid, which subsequently drew criticism from Jay Williams. Williams strongly condemned Brown's statement, arguing that calling Embiid a flopper was an unnecessary soundbite that could be used against him as an excuse, contradicting Brown's established character and culture. Williams suggested that Brown should have focused on his team's performance rather than criticizing an opponent's style of play, especially given the context of the Game 7 loss. While Brown is recognized as a highly intelligent player, the backlash highlights the weight of his words following a disappointing postseason exit. Analysts suggest that the team's struggles, including the absence of Jayson Tatum in Game 7 and the fallout from a recent trade for Nikola Vucevic, point to necessary roster adjustments. The trade for Vucevic proved unsuccessful, as he did not play in Game 7, and the move primarily served to keep the team out of the luxury tax. Future success for the Celtics will likely depend on strengthening their front court and potential major offseason moves, possibly involving a trade that addresses Brown's significant salary.